When you realize that God has answered your prayers, then you know you've had a powerful encounter with God. During the 70s, as the Khmer Rouge was tightening the noose around Phnom Penh, we knew that inevitably we would have to be evacuated. We just didn't know when. We used to think about that day and pray about it and think, should we go now or should we stay? Always we would feel like, not time to go yet, stay. And sometimes we wondered, is God going to keep us here till the very end, when the Khmer Rouge come into the city, and are we going to have to flee for our lives in danger? And so we prayed that we would be able to leave the city peacefully. When we got that telegram from Bangkok saying we all had to leave in 4 days, we knew God had answered that first prayer. We had time to say goodbye to everybody, and we were able to leave in a peaceful way. God had answered that first prayer. We also were praying that, could we please stay together and leave together? My husband and I felt like, well, if it's safe for women and children, it's also safe for men. If it's not safe for the women and children, then it's not safe for the men either. And so we didn't want them to say women and children evacuate and men can stay. That was not what we wanted. But it happened. It did happen. The children were home from school, and the authorities felt like it's pretty dangerous right now. Maybe the women and children should go to Bangkok. The day I was able to send the children off to school in Malaysia and come back and rejoin my husband was a happy day indeed. From then on, we knew it's safe for us all, or it's not safe for any. We wanted to stay together. So when we evacuated, yes, we were able to evacuate together when the final evacuation came. And so praise God for that. The third thing we were praying about is, as we thought about leaving, we knew it must be hard for the Cambodian Christians. The missionaries were there working with them. When it got dangerous, the missionaries would say, oh, it's dangerous, we're leaving, bye-bye. You all trust in the Lord. It seemed to us that that was really hypocritical, that we would leave and expect the Cambodian Christians to just trust the Lord and continue to stay there. And so we worried about that. We didn't want them to be hurt or disappointed. The day before we got that telegram telling us we had to leave, one of the main Cambodian church leaders met my husband. He walked into my husband's office. He didn't even say Jamadip Su, he just said, Lokru, if you want to leave, I want you to know it's okay with us. And Norman said, well, thank you very much for that good attitude, but as of now, we're not planning to go anywhere. That was the very next day that we got the telegram that we had to leave. And so the third prayer request was also answered. The National Church was willing for us to go. God had answered all our prayers and prepared the way for us. The evacuation was very, very difficult. We cried, we were sad, we were disappointed, we could hardly believe it. We were having such good success. But at the same time, we knew that we needed to be protected, and the Lord protected us, and He answered all our prayers. And we knew that He was with us, whether we were in Cambodia or whether we would have to go somewhere else. He was with us. And He would also be with the Cambodian Christians and answer their prayers and stay with them right to the very end.